What's up, guys? It's Andy at Action Town Park, and we got some equipment in to change our filters on our air compressor. So the one on the right here is the old filter. As the compressor makes air, it condensates water and whatever else is in the air, and it gets it dirty. This is the filter that we use to filter the air that goes into the paintball tanks. And so it has to be changed periodically. On the left, we have the brand new clean filter. So I'm gonna get it ready to go. For being out of breath, I had to make the trip over here to our compressor room. And we're gonna put in the new filter. I also have to grab the tools to drain the oil, and we're gonna do an intake filter change on our Nuvair compressor here. So here's our new filter. Slides down in there, grease up the O-rings to make sure that the top part sinks in there well. This tightens up, that filters out the air, filters the air to make sure that what's going in our tanks here is a clean air, that what goes into the paintball tanks is clean. So let me go grab the tools to do the oil change, and I'll show you that part next. I just went down to the barn and got some tools. Here's a look at ATP during the week. We deflate the bunkers. We've been mowing grass. The grass just started getting green. So we're working on the castle field. It should be ready by the summer, hopefully. We're gonna go ahead and drain the oil out. Thankfully, the vent cap and the drain plug weren't super tight. They were tight so that nothing leaks. We don't have oil. Oh, we're making a mess. Kind of a silly design. The drain plug doesn't stick far enough out from the base, and so as soon as it started to drain, it drained back onto it, and then it hits this bottom lip and just runs everywhere. So I put a different pan underneath it to help catch the oil. I'm gonna put a brand new intake filter on. Just like on your car or your house, there's an intake filter that draws the air in. So we're gonna put a brand new clean one on there. That should help it suck in clean air, be able to filter the air. This air filter was tight. Good thing I've been going to the gym. Help me pull this cap off here so we can get to it. We'll take a look and see how it draws in. Is where you see that black circle right there. It's gonna suck in all the dirty air right through that hole right there and filter it out. We could rotate this filter to the other side. It would still clean the air properly, but the filters are cheap, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick a brand new one in, and we'll get it put back together. But this compressor uses a very specific kind of lube. I did get the air filter on. That was a pain in the rear. Not much space there. Right there to get both hands in to push the spring in and then tighten it up, but we got it. Got the drain plug put back on. Now we're gonna put in the specified amount of lubrication. Like I said, this is specific to this compressor. It takes 50 ounces. So we're gonna start with 30, and then we'll pour in the next 20 ounces after that. When I changed the lube on, broke a sweat. It's a little warm in here. We do have an air conditioner system for when we can run our compressor in the summer. I changed the fluid in our other compressor the other day, and it was quite a bit colder outside, so it took longer, and the fluid was a little thicker. Today it looks like it's going by pretty quick because it's pretty warm outside. So let me get this other 20 ounces poured in here. I'm gonna button it up. Should be able to head back to Jack's. Jack's Ultra Sports is open tonight, so I'll go help get the crew set up and make sure we're off to a good start for the weekend. So we got it filled back up with oil, got the cap put back on. This was just some scheduled maintenance for our stuff. We're so lucky to have, we're so blessed to have good equipment, or the ability to purchase and afford good equipment. For a long time I dealt with a bunch of crap, but it was just what we had. So now we have new good stuff, and we take care of it. So we're gonna run it with no pressure for about 30 seconds or a minute, and then put the pressure to it and see if it'll come on correctly. comes back up, and air lines connected, everything shut off, so we're going to turn it on and build some pressure. We're filling up 2 completely empty tanks, and then I have a bulk system of some other tanks. So I'm gonna put up all the tools, let everything run for a little bit, and then we'll button up here and head down to Jack's Ultra Sports. I'm headed back down to the barn to put the tools up. One of the reasons that we built Jack's Ultra Sports is so that we didn't have to worry about the weather so much. And I love 68 cal outdoor competitive paintball, tournament paintball, woods ball, all kinds of outdoor paintball. But this year's been tough. The weather's just been killing us. Here's a look at the property, and you can see the Arkansas River out there in the background. But today, beautiful day outside. Tomorrow, today's Friday, tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. Sorry, I got a phone call. So yeah, everything's been difficult since the weather's been crappy. You know, we got some pups, got some wet pups there enjoying the sun. There's Mr. Digger. Digger. No, that's oil. You can't have that. Sorry. And Miss Lucy soaking up the sun. Sorry, guys. So here's our tools. Gonna put that up. I'm gonna head back to Jack's. I know I've said that like 5 times, but I'm about ready to go. So. All right, so I just got back to Jack's. We spent a lot of time this week putting in new LED fixtures in the paintball field. This is what the lighting, the old lighting looked like. It's a high pressure sodium light. They go out after a while. They're cheap bulbs, but we needed to put in some more light. So we've got these really bright 150 watt LED, 5K color, and they're bright. It looks amazing out here. What we're gonna end up doing is scooting the paintball field back. So it's gonna go to the very back. This net, divider net, will come and it will be right here. And then the archery is gonna move up front. Just a little change up for us for what we have. I think it'll work better that way. So it's super bright out here. It looks awesome. It seems dark back here now. So probably just run it this way for this weekend. And then next weekend we'll be able to make the switch, hopefully, and put the paintball in the back where it's bright. The fans are running back here, so we're pulling the hot air out. And I'm gonna go get the laser tag turned on. I added some new paint in the floor of the laser tag so that it looks cool. So I'm gonna go take a look at that and make sure that it dried properly and looks cool. Here's Batman. He's having a tough time standing up. The paintballs at Jack's are meant to bounce off the bunkers and not break. This is really the only hard object in the facility are these center pillars, and the paintballs break on there. For the most part, everything else the paintball hits and bounces off. There's a couple breaks when we get some really brittle paintballs. They'll hit the bunkers and break, and that's why they look dirty. But for the tens of thousands of paintballs that we go through every weekend, hundreds of thousands of paintballs that we go through, it's fairly clean in here. So when the paintball hits, it goes boop, and it bounces off. Then we come through, sweep it up. You can't really reuse it. It goes bad. It just gets dirty with whatever's in the ground. And so we tend to just throw it in the dumpster. It's not worth cleaning when I can buy new paintballs cheaper than what it takes to clean. So we get everything cleaned up and we'll go check out the laser tag. All right, I'm working on getting everything turned on. My guys usually come in about 4:30. We got to put together the bunkers, and the Archery Wars bunkers have to go back onto the field. And so I'm gonna help get everything turned on for them. This is what we do every weekend. We got the arcade games, the laser tag, the Archery Wars, the handball, and the escape room. So I've got one game that I have to work on. Having a problem, and so we've got it taped up right now where they can't play it. And so I'm gonna grab my tools and figure out if we can see what's going on with that. It's a little warm today, so I might end up, I got the exhaust fans running. If I can help to not run the air conditioning, that definitely helps, but you know, sometimes it just gets too warm and you got to run the air conditioning. So if that's what it is, we'll deal with it, but hopefully it'll start cooling off. And it looks like rain all weekend, so always makes Jax busier whenever it rains. Here's one of my favorite games, a Barber Cut Light. We got advertising down there for both locations. Paintball Wars, got some cool Star Wars stuff in there. Wrestling, the action camera, some Fortnite, Nerf guns, got some cool stuff. All of our lighting seems to be doing good. Walk out here to the paintball field. You can definitely tell in the back where it's brighter. We really only have to deal with the darkness for maybe one more weekend. Here's our shooting range. We're trying a new concept, so something that I'm working on. Every time a mom calls or a birthday party calls, they say, hey, how much is it and how long do we get to play? And what they're asking is, since our paintball packages are done by the amount of paintballs that you get, how long is it gonna take me to play paintball? And we don't have an answer for that. It's possible to go out there and shoot all 100 paintballs or all 150 paintballs in a minute. The game might last a minute. And so some parents get upset because they paid this $25 or $30 or $40 per kid, and then they go and the kids shoot through their paintballs really quickly. We don't have control over that, but at the same time, I want people to make sure that they get their money's worth. They feel like they're getting a value for the experience that they're getting. And so we've switched to a concept that I'm working on. We just changed the pricing up, and so the concept won't launch until we'll probably start initiating it next weekend. And what it is that you're paying per game to play. So when you walk in here, all the goggles are here. Just got some brand new goggles in, clean new goggles. And so you get your goggles and you get fitted up. And then when you go out onto the paintball, we've got our workers out here that are helping you get set up with your paintball gun or your paintball marker. And we're gonna put the paintballs in it already, and now we're gonna sell it as per game. So it's not so much you're gonna pay for a certain amount of paintballs, it's that you're gonna get a game of paintball or 2 games or 3 games of paintball with options to buy extra if you wanna keep playing. So that's what we're gonna work on. Try the concept. If it doesn't work, we can always go back to how we've done it in the past, where you just pay for X amount of paintballs. But I think this new concept should work pretty well. We can tell mom, hey look, each kid's gonna get to play 2 games or 3 games of paintball. They're anywhere from 1 to 10 minutes, depending on when the player gets eliminated. We'll try to run a lot of double elimination or capture the flag or different games where they can play for longer. They're gonna get enough paintball. So my paintball consumption might go up a little bit, but if it makes the experience better and it runs smoother for our staff and all the players and the parents, and I think that's the winning ticket. So we're gonna try that and see how it works here next weekend. So here's a quick pan through. Got a decent number of crane games over here. Got the boxer, some shooting games. Oh, and I was supposed to take you guys in the laser tag. So I just put this crane together. There's treasure chest with varying items, and looks like some other stuff in there too. So we're loaded up on cool stuff. So it's gonna be kind of hard to see in the laser tag because the iPhone doesn't do great at 60 frames per second in dark settings, but you can see our little Jax logo lights up there. And so I went around this week and gonna see how it ends up. Some of it's still wet, I guess. If it peels up, awesome. If it doesn't, awesome. It is difficult to see, but I've done a bunch of paint splatter throughout the floor. That looks pretty cool. And the rest of the arena is pretty incredible too, but I was working on the floor because it's been kind of boring. So should be real bright right here. Yeah, you can definitely see that. And so just wanted to make it look as cool as possible for when our customers come out. They have a top tier, incredible experience that they're not getting at any other place. So I'm gonna go ahead and get set up. I think I've got plans tonight. If we can get Jack's open and all my employees seem like they're running 100%, I have to take off at some point. I have to hang out with my friends and have a social life to ensure my happiness. But at the same time, Jack's is kind of my baby, and so I have to make sure that everything runs properly here and that my guys aren't left hung out to dry. So we'll see how tonight goes, and we'll go from there. So it's Saturday, and we had a pretty good day at Action Town Park. I've been at Jack's most of the day. I'm headed back over to Jack's. It just started raining here. The bottom dropped out. We're gonna be closed tomorrow at Action Town Park. There's just not much we can do when it's nasty like this. So gonna head back over to Jack's and help them out tonight. It's prom night for Conway, so a bunch of the kids are going to prom. We had 6 birthday parties today, so should be good. Headed that direction. Take a look at what we got at Jack's. Jack's was in great shape. Went and checked it out. Kind of slow night. I think the rain rained some people off, even though the Jack's is indoor. But anyway, it was a good night. I just came home, had to relax, and I'm gonna go get some food. Gonna try a burger and update you guys. This coming week we've got a bunch of stuff planned, and so I will make another video. Thanks for watching. Sorry for saying so much. I think I can get better at this. This is episode 1, and so once again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and tell your friends about it if you care to see what I do all the time.